Well, hello everyone, and welcome to She Said, He Said. And we got our regular crew here today, and I think we have one more coming in a minute. But before we get going, I want to let you know on She Said, He Said, we talk about love and romance here. We're your counselor. You can count on us. And you can find She Said, He Said on Spreaker and several other platforms. And you can also find us on, in fact, we're on this time. I did it right. We are on Cutting Edge TV live. And if you go down in our descriptions, if you're on Facebook or YouTube, you can look down the descriptions and find all the different places we're at. iHeartRadio, Spotify, all those places. So anyway, guys, welcome to the show and happy holidays.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Hello. Ho, 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 ho. I think as soon as Flynn gets out of the bathtub, she'll probably be on.
That's what he said.
So I'll try to go a little faster with our crew today. In the bottom corner, we have Jalen with us today. And we're getting dinged here. So
Flynn's coming up. It's Flynn. She's coming up.
Oh, there we go. All right, so
out of the bathroom.
Jalen, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And next to Jalen, we have good old Jace from this Shuffle. How are you?
Hello. Thank
Boom.
you.
I heard you've been doing some Christmas shopping.
Yeah, trying to score those extra Christmas brownie points.
Yep. I'll get back to that one in a little bit. And John's got this brand new green screen back there. He's looking good. He's way back there, but there's John. How are you, John?
I'm good.
Yes. And above John, we have Chandra. How are you today?
I'm good, thanks.
You sound good. You're not even freezing. You're doing good. You're
You're amazing.
I steal the computer out of my husband's office and it works a whole lot better.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe somebody's getting a new computer for Christmas.
I would love that.
Oh.
Yeah.
And look who popped in.
Well, there she is.
Flynn.
Yeah,
I
got
Flynn.
challenged.
You look good.
She just got out of the bathtub.
Oh, and you're gonna be very happy, guys. You wanted me to eat a banana? I'm gonna eat better than that. I'm eating an avocado.
Yeah, that's the healthy fats.
Well, I gotta finish my intros here. In the top middle of our crew here is good old Georgie boy. How are you?
I'm doing good. Just kind of doing what I gotta do. Hey, like my new suit. I got another suit.
That's nice.
Yeah,
Festive.
yeah, you're looking very good. And of course, who just popped in is Flynn Beck. Welcome to the show. And I want to remind you that Flynn has her own show called In Like Flynn. And John has his couple of shows. He's got the John Smith Show, and I call it Say What You Will Radio, but you guys changed it to something else.
It's the Pops and Low Radio Show.
Pops and Low Radio Show, and it's just a senior moment. And he also, your son is doing a new show called what?
It's called the Undrafted GM. It's an all things NFL podcast.
Yeah, so I saw his first one last week. He did
Go
really
Seahawks.
I didn't hear him talk about Seahawks at all last week, so you better have a talk with that boy.
Uh-oh.
We have a lot of Seahawkers on this panel here, so quiet day today. I think everything's transmitting good. Looks like we're on the television. So last week, and I was saying I thought we were having a technical problem or we got overwritten. Turns out it was the producer here forgot to switch it on for that particular stream. I made sure I didn't make that same mistake today. So I hope we're doing real good because we have important things to talk about. But before we get into the main subject, I have a question. And let me see if I can get this come up on the screen. This is kind of new to me. It's coming. Here it comes.
That's what she said.
I think we should be wearing it. What do you guys think of this stuff? Is this handsome?
No.
Is that a guy?
You like? That's a guy.
Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah, that's not handsome.
What is it?
Well, it's a man's pantsuit with a skirt attached.
Yeah, or
I
it's
can't
a
tell
skirt
if
on
it's
one
like
side or
one-
something. I don't know.
Well,
Yeah. You
no,
think-
I
this
think
is-
it's in
is
the
this
back.
where we're-
Tails.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
Is this where we're going, guys?
No.
I hope not.
No.
I
Hell
feel
no.
about this like I do when women wear a high-low dress. It's just, ugh.
Oh, like high
Looks
on
a
one
little-
side, low on the other?
Yeah, or high in the front and low in the back. I do
Hey,
not.
Rob.
I
Rob,
don't
Yeah,
even
see
know
those
about
yeah.
that.
3 little dots below the X?
Sure you do.
Below the X.
Yeah, the 3 little dots below the X.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, click that,
Yeah.
and then click zoom.
A good idea.
Yes, we can see it.
Oh,
Exactly.
you want me to zoom in on this? Wait a minute. This
Not
is very
really.
small print.
Oh, maybe. Yeah,
I don't see zoom on you.
I don't see it either. Okay.
You're getting
That's
closer.
Not
Your
showing up.
glasses on.
Well, John, I can barely see you. I can see Merry Christmas, but I can't see you.
If up
I'm
in
here.
the up in the top center, you've got the magnifying glass. Can you click on that?
Oh, there you go. Booyah.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Look at
yeah.
her.
Yeah.
Come
It still looks
Yeah,
terrible.
looking nice.
Well,
nice.
I mean-
Would you wear any of that, guys?
No.
No, I might wear
No.
the T-shirt.
If that's in one of my
No.
Christmas boxes, it's gonna go in the trash.
But the thing is,
Well,
didn't
let's see what else
back in
we
the
got
day,
here.
women weren't allowed to wear pants back in the day, no?
Yeah.
No.
Correct. Women did not wear pants back in the day.
So
Okay, so we're not asking whether you can or can't wear it.
Right.
Do you
Would
think
you wear it?
it's flattering? And do you think it's sexy?
no.
Well, I think
I like
that's
the-
more of the question. It wasn't, can you wear it?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure in this one picture here, I'd look more like the guy in the red skirt.
Then if I'm not careful, I look like the guy in the red skirt. Damn.
There have
Oh, no,
always
I do
been
not look
guys.
like
There's always been guys that dress like women, and we just need to let them be them. We don't need to make this mainstream.
See, he doesn't need this. He doesn't need the shirt or the skirt or the suspenders. He can just do without that part.
Exactly.
It looks like he stole like a tablecloth.
It does.
Actually, I think I have that tablecloth at our beach house.
That's like a couch.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, this could be in a new thing
Ah.
now. I mean,
Mm.
you know, we got to get caught up with the times a little.
Yeah. Is
No.
that Cam Newton there on the left?
It looks like Vin Diesel.
It does. It does.
I think it's Vin Diesel right there.
On the left.
And that's no, you know that looks like Will Smith's son.
I was gonna say,
Oh,
I'm pretty
baby.
sure.
Oh, it could be. Could be.
That looks like something that Rodman would wear. Dennis Rodman.
Yes.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's his
I
style.
like
That's
I like
terrible.
the guy off to the right with the gloves on. He's pretty cool
He
looking.
looks like Sinead O'Connor.
Yes,
I was
he
gonna
does.
say, it looks like
I'm thinking Michael Jackson just beat it.
Did he?
as in like beat the gentleman.
Did he?
I'm not going there.
yeah.
I don't think this is a repeat. Let's see what I got here.
Yeah,
it looks like a
is.
repeat.
Yep.
Is it a repeat?
Repeat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Repeat.
Oh,
there
you
heck
go.
No.
yeah.
That's like
See,
the. It looks like
No,
a gay
no.
ACDC
I'm pretty,
team.
I'm pretty sure that the Mormons are trying to keep up with the times, so now they're going to come to your house knocking on the door with these on.
It looks like a gay ACDC band.
Dude, if they come to my house, I'll be the first one to say you need to talk about your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
I just find that wrong on so many levels.
Wow.
Did you see it? Hi, we're from Jehovah Witnesses. Can you have a time to talk? I don't think so.
Of course they do.
I forgot
Lower
how.
your him.
I don't know if I need to blow this one up much more.
That's just
Oh.
wrong.
Oh,
Oh.
my goodness.
The
That's
middle
where
one.
we're going,
It
guys.
makes you wonder if these guys are shaving their legs too.
Mm.
Yeah.
I just
Okay.
can't imagine going fly fishing with any of these guys.
They probably
The guy on the right looks like the Scrooge, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a satanic
There you
Scrooge.
go. How's that?
Yeah.
It looks
Uh-huh.
like Blink 182.
Could
Yeah.
be.
Wow.
You
It
know,
does.
you know, there's not a whole lot of work in the movies right now, so they're doing anything
Yeah.
for a buck.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
I gotta tell you, based on these photos, OnlyFans has really taken a turn.
Well, yeah. So let me get
Wow.
this. Oh, get back over the other screen here.
Holy
there, we're back.
moly
Where did
dilly.
you find all
I
that?
just wanted to kind of figure out how you guys.
Where'd you find all that, Ranger Rob?
Oh, that's coming
was
up
going-
everywhere.
He was going shopping. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I was kind of envious. I thought maybe I'd look good in the skirt. Actually, I just went to Google and typed in men's skirt, and then tons of pictures came up. So I just downloaded a couple. But but I'm seeing it. But every once in a while on Facebook, I'll see this. But these guys in skirts. It's like, really?
I met this guy online one time, and we just got talking back and forth. We had never met each other, never seen pictures or anything. And I asked him what he was doing, and he said he was shopping online. And I asked him what he was shopping for, and he said lingerie. And me being a smart aleck, I says, for you or for somebody else? And he says, for me. And it's like, oh, really? So then he started sending me pictures of himself in women's clothing, and it was just all kinds of wrong.
Oh gosh.
All kinds of wrong. It's like, nope, we're not going there.
That kind of reminds me of something. I went shopping for my wife at a particular store, and it wasn't anything sexy or whatever, but I did go to a Victoria's Secret, but I was looking for a robe.
Sure you were.
And yeah, well, it was for her to wear. And the funny part was I had to find some lady in there who matched my wife's dimensions. And it was the weirdest conversation I had with the lady was, excuse me, ma'am, could you try this on for me so I can understand what it's going to look like on my wife? I don't know how to ask it. She did. And her husband's like, whatever, dude, go ahead. I'm like, sir, please don't hurt me. I just need some help with this.
That happens a lot at the holidays.
Yeah, that's pretty frequent.
Yeah, that's pretty normal. Like,
it is?
Yeah. I have been asked so many times, do you mind? My wife's about your height. Blah,
No,
blah,
that guy's just hitting on you. Sorry, Chandra.
No, dude, I just want you to know, doesn't matter how tall, it matters how big she is. Trust me.
Well,
Chandra, you got played.
My wife is very busty. Okay. And
Like
she
Chandra
likes,
busting?
I don't know who that is.
Like Chandra?
I don't know anything about this conversation. I wasn't here for that.
Yeah. I wasn't here for that one either.
And before we get into that conversation, Miss Flynn, I had an experience with you this weekend that I don't think you even noticed.
What?
I was telling everybody off the air that I actually stopped into your stream.
Oh, you did? When?
Yes, right at the point that you started twerking.
Oh.
And unfortunately, the screen froze just as you started.
I know. I played, and Rob will tell you, I played the song for too long. You only get 30 seconds, right?
It's something like that, but this is all I got to see of you. and I'm like, ooh, get out of here. Okay.
That's about the time his wife walked in.
About the time my wife walked in.
But was it a good frozen moment?
I don't know. Off the phone it went.
He was too busy hiding it from his wife. Going, no, I'm not looking at porn.
Yeah. So
Thank you.
I stopped by a show. I was gonna say, hey Flynn, nice to see you. Just show some support. And I see a rump, and I'm like, time to go. So make sure you check out Flynn from N like Flynn.
Thank
of course.
you.
Yes, ma'am. And like I said, I have similar experiences when I go to these stores and I shop for my wife for. Listen, it's not like shoes or socks, you know what I mean? But if I want her to wear something, or if I think she's going to look nice in something and I want to surprise her, I'm certainly not going to ask her to try the item on. Because if she likes it and I don't, or if I like it and she doesn't, somebody's going to get disappointed in this.
No, you can always return it.
Right. Well, she says, I want a robe. And I said, okay, let me go find a robe. And I had to find someone who matched her dimensions and make sure that things didn't fall out.
Well, what's
And is that
wrong
the
with
problem
that?
if they
I would have had
do?
her try on bras.
Yeah, is it really a problem if they do fall out?
Only in Victoria's Secret.
I only
That's
ask
true.
people to try on nipple pasties. That's it. Nothing else. I try to keep it clean,
Yeah.
You try. I'll give you that.
All right. So, George,
and thongs.
I have a question for you. Are you ready? You look very Christmassy. I see.
Well, thank you.
I see your ball. I see your ball hanging out.
Oh, don't.
He didn't go there, did he? He went there, didn't he?
I didn't
He
go
did.
there.
That
We
was
went-
singular, it wasn't plural.
True.
That's right. just looking at your ball.
True.
Yep. So George, is sex really necessary?
No, not all the time. You know, sometimes
Not all the time.
She just wants to cuddle. You know,
Wow, George froze
Not
up. That
always
must have really
necessary.
shook him up.
He did. He hesitated.
not always
Yeah.
necessary.
I was waiting for him to, just I thought I'd get a different answer, but Chandra, what do you think? Is sex really
I'm
necessary?
older now.
I would have to say.
No, that's what you say during.
There's hesitation.
I mean, are we throwing them away if they can't? I mean, it's like, no.
No, it's not, huh? Well,
No.
let's take it down a generation. Let's try Flynn. Is sex really necessary, Flynn?
Yes.
Flynn's not married, and Flynn's. How old are you, Flynn?
Oh God, I don't say that. I don't share that information.
21 plus
Jack
years
and I
ago.
feel that.
Of it.
There was this guy today when I was shopping. I asked how tall he was. He was like, I was gonna maybe say 6'8", 6'9". He goes, I don't share my height.
All people get offended by that. They do.
They do.
Why?
Extraordinarily
That's what
tall
I say.
people.
Well, I'm only 5'2". Why don't you tell me how tall you are? This is pretty fascinating.
Oh, I'll tell you.
Because they
anything.
get asked
You're taller than I
over
am.
and over and over
Am
again.
Yeah.
Mm,
Wait, how tall are you, John?
I'm not tall. I'm
I'm
5'9".
almost 5'1" if I stretch.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
6'1".
Nice.
Who's
Oh.
6'1"?
Jace, you're 6'1".
Really?
I mean, like
I wouldn't have
I've
thought he was
never
that
had
tall.
somebody not share their height as long as I've lived.
Yeah.
I had a pastor. He's
5'11".
6'8". And anytime, and he was a pastor. And anytime somebody would say, "Boy, you're tall. How tall are you?" and he would say, "Get away from me." That was his response.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was talking to one of my customers the other day, and he was telling me that his parents were, let me see, his dad was like 6'7", and his mom was 4'9".
Oh, my.
that makes slow dancing.
tall was he?
awkward.
I'm 6'1". My wife is 5'1".
Wow.
Slow dancing could be very fun for the guy.
I've gone out, yeah. And what my dad used to always say about the really tall and the really short, if you think about this, it makes a lot of sense. I didn't understand it at the time, but now it makes a lot of sense. When you've got that big height difference, when you're nose to nose, your toes is in it. When you're toes to toes, your nose is in it. Think about it; it'll make sense.
Yes.
Oh, it already did.
I think you mean it doesn't matter when you're horizontal, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
What's that?
You basically mean it doesn't matter how tall you are when you're horizontal,
Wow.
right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Does not matter.
So,
Rob's blushing.
let's put it in between the generations here. Jace, is sex really necessary?
Necessity for a celebration, yes. Birthday, maybe. Maybe New Year, an anniversary. But
Tuesdays.
every Friday at like 4:30 before she goes to work, no. I find celebratory sex is always fun. Happy New Year! Watch the ball drop. Ooh, Happy New Year!
Not that ball.
Ooh.
Jalen, is sex really necessary?
In my younger days, it was a huge part of a relationship. Huge part of a relationship. Now that I am much older, it's not so important anymore. Companionship is a lot more important to me now than sex is.
And I think that's a true statement for a lot of folks that get older, is we're kind of finding out. I mean, that's always available, you might say, but companionship is really up there, because I mean, it's like Sherry, like to me, is a friend, somebody we talk to, it's someone you trust. I got a list of I got some stuff to go through on later on today, but yeah, it really comes down to like becoming friends and becoming a companion. And I don't know what I would do if I lost Sherry. Now, if Sherry lost me, she'd probably party hardy, but I don't know what. I mean, it's like my life is so much Sherry. I don't know how I would function.
You know what, Rob? I'm the same way. Stephanie and I have been together for 17 years. We've been married going on 10. And she keeps telling me that if anything ever happened to her, all I would need is some peanut butter and my dog would show me love like she never could.
Exactly.
And I keep going and I keep saying, that's not funny. Just stay away from the dog. She smells like peanut butter. So it's one of these weird things.
Yeah.
But, I don't
get it. Can you explain that? I don't get it.
Yeah.
I know women use it with dogs. I didn't know men did.
Okay. Well, that's unfortunate.
That's what's good about this show. We always learn something new.
So do men
I'm not
use
sure.
peanut butter?
I'm not sure either. I don't have very chatty people today, or nobody's chatting, or the chat's not working. I'm not sure.
I have them all open. I have Facebook open, YouTube open, and Periscope open.
You guys just aren't stimulating our crowd enough.
Oh, thanks. Blame it on us.
Oh yeah, we need
pull out my ball.
Twerking. We need twerking there. So, can a relationship last without sex?
Yes.
Yes.
Go
Yes. We get that.
This is a good topic.
It is. And so the next question is for the guys. How important is sex to a man in a relationship?
I mean, it can be very important. I think it's very important. Again, I think celebrating different things like an anniversary or a birthday, birthday sex or whatever. But I think that, again, when your mother's in town for Thanksgiving and she's sleeping on the couch, it's not always appropriate.
Yeah, it is. That's when it's fun.
I agree with Ranger Rob.
Yeah, you got to be sneaky.
That's when it's really fun.
I agree with Rob.
Whoops.
Oh, did I not mention the couches in my bedroom?
Ah,
Yeah, that's a little different.
even hotter.
Okay. Yeah.
So do you think a sexless relationship is healthy?
Good
Can
question.
be.
I
It
think
can
you got to be
John.
careful because that can drive
Can be.
people to other people. Right.
I think
So
it
if there's
depends on
one
the stage of life
person,
you're in too. I think it
Yeah.
depends on what stage of life you're in. I think as a young adult, it's not healthy not to have a sexual relationship. As an older adult, I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, I was
yeah,
gonna say.
I mean, but you can still have a, one partner can desire it and the other partner doesn't, and that can cause that other partner to stray. And sometimes you just kind of, you gotta make sure that the communication is there. You can't just assume, okay, it's not important to me, so, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't, type of thing. But you got to make sure that communication and that you and your partner are on the same, the same level. Otherwise, you're heading towards maybe potential disaster.
Can I also bring up the conversation that we were having last week? How holding the door open for my wife so I can pat her on the rear end shows desire. It
Yeah.
shows a desire for her. I think that's
An
something where we're gonna
appreciation.
go. Right.
Mhm.
Now, granted, is it nice to receive? Absolutely. Is it nice to give? Absolutely. But again, both parties kind of have to be into this idea before I can't just be like, hey, honey, pull them down for a second and just move them aside. It just doesn't work for a 5-minute task like that. Because she had a stressful day at work. While it can help relieve stress, it's not always as desired by one party or the other. So while I would enjoy to show her love and appreciation and desire, I was talking about this earlier, how I got my wife a hot stone massage kit, like an at-home hot stone massage. And she said, hey, well, wait a minute. that means you're going to have to be here to help me. I can't do this on my own. And I went, yeah, and you're going to be naked. Merry Christmas to me. This is my Christmas gift because you're going to be naked. I thought ahead.
So I got a question for those who have pets. Now, you guys know what size of dogs we have, right? And they sleep in the bed to a point where it gets to a point that they're always in between us.
Not mine.
Do you think?
Nope.
Yours,
No, we have trained our dog. She sleeps against the wall. I sleep in the middle, holding my wife, and my wife sleeps on the end.
Ours, man, it's like everything we can do for Sherry and I not to get booted off the bed because they just go right in the middle.
Yep.
And I gotta admit, sometimes you go, it's not worth it. It's like you got these cuddling dogs and cute and all that stuff, and you look over at your wife and you're going, I don't know if this is worth trying to get these dogs off because it's terrible.
I find we sneak around the house away from the dogs to try to get some, special time like we hide from the children.
Actually, I gotta admit that happens too. Like
it's the weirdest thing. It's like, hey, come here for a second. Just close the door while the dog's not looking. That's exactly what happens.
Just throw a couple extra dog bones there.
That's it, man. Just throw a couple of extra trees so she's
worse
preoccupied for 10 minutes.
That morning endeavor, and then the chocolate lab jumps up and goes, "Hey, what's going on?"
Worse than a kid.
Really
hey, is somebody clapping? No, mind your business.
You got to throw the dog a bone so you can throw the wife a bone.
Hey,
Right.
Yeah.
I was telling a friend of mine, my 9-year-old daughter has a phone, and she texted me the other day, Dad, I'm in my room and I caught a Pokemon. And I almost texted back, hey, I'm in my room, I'm playing Pokemon.
Some things you don't want to share with your kids.
Yeah, no.
So here's a big question. I'd love to hear your answers, and then I'll read some of these off.
Pokemon. Nah, wow.
Why do we need sex?
We're created that way so that we can continue to make the population of the world grow.
And it's a physical bond. It's a physical bond between two people.
Mm-hmm.
Because self-gratification in public is still frowned upon.
Yes, it is. Now, and something else that I like to bring up also is I think not completely 100% this way, but I think in a lot of respects, men's and women's needs are completely different. Men's needs are physical, women's needs are emotional. And I guarantee to you guys, if you meet her emotional needs, she will meet your physical needs.
Ooh, bribery.
Oh, round of applause. Hey, listen, guys, I got to cut it short. I got, family friends here. So I got to roll, but we'll catch you guys next week, eh?
Take care, John. Nice seeing you again.
See, John.
All right.
Have a good
All right.
night.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, sir.
I like to throw his wife a bone. That was good.
See you, Flynn.
Bye.
This is not good air. What was that, Flynn?
I like that he said you got to throw your wife a bone.
Go ahead, Flynn.
Throw a dog a bone. Throw your wife a bone.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, John also is being polite. He also has another show in a half hour, and he's got a guest coming to the house to do the show with him. So he asked me, he says, I got to head out early because I got a guest coming. So, I think he's a little nervous about it because it's a really good interview. So he wanted to have his studio in order and everything for him. So that's really cool. So I hope he has a good show tonight. He's on after us on Cutting Edge TV. So here's some of the, anybody else got it? What was the question? Why do we need sex? Other than making babies,
aside from the basic, repopulating the world, whatever. I would have to agree. It's an emotional connection.
So, would you like to hear some of the answers? Because, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, so pleasure is one. Pleasure. Stress relief. Stress relief. Does that seem to be a good?
Yeah.
Here's a good one for old people. Exercise.
Definitely exercise.
How about sexual curiosity?
I suppose that ends at a
no,
particular
let's
age.
go try it.
You've been surfing
Yeah.
the internet, Rob.
His browser history is dead.
Hey, if it's on the internet, you know it's true.
Well, but Rob, I
course.
think experimentation though. I think that should end at a particular age.
No.
You think it should
No,
end?
because here's the thing: while I might recover from something, somebody of an older age may not recover as quickly.
What are we
So-
talking about?
While my wife may be able to put her
Now,
toes behind her ears,
I'm going to debate that with you. At an older age, sometimes a different way of doing things actually might be easier. So,
Understood.
It kind of stimulates the relationship again.
Yes.
Yeah.
right?
Um,
Right.
Jalen knows what she's talking about, guys. Watch
Kama
out for her.
Sutra.
I've been around the
I'm
block a couple times.
Well, it's actually
one
a good
is,
question.
another,
May I,
why
may,
would
may I
we
throw
need
something out, Ranger Rob?
What's
May
the
I?
question?
Well, Jalen just said she's been around the block a couple times to Jace and Georgie. Do you find it kind of cool to be with the woman who's been around the block, or would you rather her not been around the block?
Well, I've been divorced since 98, a lot longer than I ever figured that I would be. So, I mean, I never expected to be single as long as I have been. So I guess I would prefer to be in a committed relationship. But I'm so independent myself that, you know, if the right person comes along, that's one thing, but I'm not interested in really jumping into anything. And
Nah.
I'm not interested in something that is purely sexual. I want a real relationship, not just a sexual encounter.
Right. And in response to your question, my wife is older than me. It actually seems to be a trend in our family. My mother-in-law is older than my father-in-law, for both her parents. And even her grandparents. Her grandmother is older than her grandfather. So while that seems to be the running joke, it doesn't bother me one way or another.
Most of the guys I've gone out with in the last 10 or 15 years have been considerably younger than I am. Most of the guys my age seem to be too
Cradle
old.
robber.
She's a cougar.
They feel too old to me.
Cradle robber.
So it's interesting that the question I posed, and I appreciate the responses, but my question for Jace and Georgie is, do you like a woman who's been around the block? That was my question.
What do you consider has been around the block, though? My wife was my first.
So you probably like somebody more innocent.
I was her first, too.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, I was her first, she was my first. So we're both kind of at the exact same experience level. So I don't know anything outside of that.
Yeah, so maybe Georgie, maybe this is on Georgie and Ranger Rob.
Wow, man. Can't say that I've been around the world a couple of times, not around the block. And I've seen things that, would scare fish. But nonetheless, there's some really great women out there that I've spent some really great quality time with. But I married a very young, not married, she's my fiance, but she's like 13 years younger than I am. And she's the one that keeps me young, so there's two different levels right there. Kind of, I'm older and she teaches me things that, wow, is fantastic. So she's the one that keeps me really young. So I love it. It's great. So I think I've found my match,
Yeah, I just wish somebody would answer the question.
I wish I could help you.
I think when you get older,
it sounds like Jace.
You don't think about.
Well, maybe I didn't quite understand it, Flynn, but
It's okay.
I think other experiences or finding out what it's like with other folks. But as you get older, it's kind of like it kind of leaves your mind a little bit. You don't
Like it's not a
think
big
about
deal?
that as much as you did when you're younger. No, not really, because
Does it mature? Is it due to maturity?
your relationship changes. It changes a lot. I think maturity changes it more to. Do you have a good partner? Do you have a friend? Do you have someone you could talk to?
yeah.
And in the more subtle things that you probably didn't do when you're younger, like that extra little hug or extra little, just the subtle little things are actually more important than that was back then.
Just stroking the back of somebody's hand, or just like you said, a little touch or anything like that. I mean, it just says that yes, I know you're here. I'm thinking about you.
Yeah.
It's the little things like that that really mean a lot more now.
And I gotta tell you,
they seem more enhanced now.
My wife and I have been together, like I said, 17 years, married almost 10, and we have our routine pretty well set. And while it seems small and ridiculous sometimes, it's like, okay, yes, it's time for a nap. But that is some of the only quality time that we do actually get together when both of us are working, because we have opposite shifts. She works 2 to 10. I work 11 to 7. So by the time she's getting home, I try to give a little bit of a gesture of, I'll hold the door for you when you're bringing groceries in, or I'll carry all the groceries in and try to be your little macho man or whatever. But I'm also going to pat you on the butt when you come in and have your cup of coffee ready to show you that, you're appreciated. Your hard work is appreciated. I love you, but I got to get to work now. Just trying to keep something, keep a little routine together. And when she's home, I turn my phone off. I don't want to be bothered. The phone goes off.
Put the phone down. Love that. Be present. Love, 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 love.
Now, granted, I say she has full rights to sit there and watch Netflix, or at least have Netflix on in the background. I might be watching it. She'll be on her phone kind of wrapping up her day because she couldn't do it while she was at work. And I respect that. But she needs a cup of coffee, I'll get up to get it. She needs whatever, I'll get up to get it. The dog needs to go out, or she wants to step outside, go. You don't need me up your ass this whole time for you to do that. You need alone time.
How important is back tickles?
Excuse me?
How important are back tickles?
Back tickles? I don't know what the hell you're saying.
Rob?
Tickles. Do you like tickle? Me?
Oh, I can't tickle my wife at all. If I rub her the wrong way, she's extremely ticklish. If we're actually talking about tickles.
I mean, like back scratching, rubbing. Is that not something men like anymore?
Not me.
Oh, heck yeah.
My husband
for
does.
example, that's my requirement for my birthday this year. It's a back rub.
I got a hot stone massage thing you could try, Rob, but you'll have to be naked for it. I'm down with it.
Well, the funny thing is, the first thing Sherry goes is, you mean one that you have to go pay for? And I said, no. Just so I had a back rub. That's it. I don't want presents or nothing. Just a back rub. Anyway, but and she won't hesitate, and it'll be more special because it's her. To go get a massage is like, first of all, at my age and my roundness, it's like, okay, I'm just embarrassed to be here getting a back. It's like giving a massage to a whale. So I got to go on back to our why do we need sex? There's some goal-based reasons to want to have that, why we need sex, goals. And that's what really got me on this. One is to make a baby. So that's obviously a goal. But the ones after this are the ones that threw me. Improve social status. For example, to become more popular.
Are people watching you?
Yeah.
Are they rating you? Like, how does
it's
that
on the internet. It's got to be true, right?
That was a 7. A 7. Good job. Good job. That was a 7.
Here's another one. To seek revenge.
Oh, I've heard of people doing that.
Why do we need sex? To seek revenge. Here's another one. Emotional reasons for why we need sex. One is probably all of us believe in this one. Love.
Yeah.
Commitment. Or gratitude. I don't know, sex, gratitude?
Gratitude,
I guess that works.
Yeah.
So, it was on the internet, so it had to be true.
Yeah, of course. That's how this all works, Rob.
Right.
Is sex the most important thing in a relationship?
No.
Nope. So something else that I would like to share also is men, for some reason, seem to think that once you've got this mood created, that you've got to go all night long. No, you gotta
No.
end it. We don't want it to go for hours and hours and hours. So
And
you
after
gotta
about-
learn when to. Enough is
After
enough.
about 30, after about 35 minutes, if I don't spit on it, it starts a forest fire.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that, Flynn?
I mean,
Hours and hours, or a reasonable time?
I don't really time it.
Tracy and I had this conversation already. So, her and I both agreed on that. I was surprised that, she had that conversation with a bunch of her friends, and the guy says, "Really? If we would have known that, we would have stopped a long time ago." But they thought they had to go forever. I was like, no.
I think as long as the woman is moist and the man is erect, then all the more power. But if he can't keep it erect and she's not moist, then let's not keep it going. So I think we got to stay. If it seems like we're both jiving, then let's keep it going. But if it's kind of not holding up on each end, then maybe slow it down. I don't know, guys. What do you think?
I have a bit of etiquette.
Time to go eat Chinese food.
Oh my God! What were you going to say, Jace?
Also, that women can have multiple climaxes where men, for the most part, when they're done, they're done. And so this sounds really bad because one of the things that I instilled into my son, and I've got thanks from his girlfriends, is that you make sure that she's taken care of first. Once she's taken care of, then you can do your thing.
Yep.
But you gotta make sure she's
That's
taken
what I was
care of.
saying.
At least once or twice.
I
Yes.
gotta write this down.
You better.
At least.
And
Minimum.
if
I
you're not
didn't know-
taking care of
I
her
didn't know
first,
that.
she probably won't stick around.
That's right.
So I'm going to share something that I don't want to
Yeah,
be politically incorrect, but I will be slightly because I am. So in a certain culture, when children are born, and if it's a daughter, the other men rib that new father and tell him that he finishes first and doesn't let his wife finish if they're procreating and having girls. Now, if they have sons, then his guy friends will then tease him and tell him that he's very generous and he must always finish last because he procreates sons. And this is actually taught in their cultural and religious beliefs.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, but
Actually, I've never heard that
So
before.
Either
That's
of us.
interesting.
Something else.
it's
Apparently, I've learned my
really-
lesson. I have a girl and a boy.
yeah, it's really, really ancient.
You
And they
shared the
tell-
wealth.
Yeah, they tell each other that if you have girls, then you're the fast finisher, and if you have boys, then you're generous and good to your wife.
Do you guys think
Yeah,
that's
but
true?
my mom and dad were
No,
boy,
it's
girl, boy,
not
girl, boy,
true.
girl, boy,
It's
girl.
based on chromosome. My God.
All right, let's turn this a little bit and say, what are the 10 things that are more important than sex in a relationship? 10 things that are more important than sex in a
Snuggling,
relationship.
Communication.
Trust.
trust.
I would say the
Okay,
relationship
yeah.
itself, because that actually has all that involved.
Well,
Feelings, emotions, trust. I really hate to say it, but sometimes I think it is true. Time of day. You certainly, while it is not frowned upon to have a quickie before work, a lot of times people are often stressed out before work, knowing what they're about to walk into and are not in the mood.
Hey, Thomas.
So,
Hey,
hi,
Thomas.
Thomas. And Lane, thank you for your comment up on YouTube. Hello. But, again, while quickies are talked about and joked about, whatever, stress will often throw that right out the window.
True.
Sometimes it
Well, I'll
helps.
go through some of these.
These help stress.
Quickie is really
There's-
good once in a while, as long as they're not all
There's one
quickie.
in here that there's one in here that people didn't touch on at all, which I think is important. The ability to make each other laugh is more important.
Yes.
Than sex.
I got to tell you, we often talk about this all the
Definitely.
time. We have some of the greatest conversations just laying in bed, not even having sex or getting intimate or whatever. We have some of the greatest conversations in bed, some of the funniest discussions about crazy Karens at work, some of the callers that I have, whatever, or some of the calls that I go on because I also film for the news. And it's like, oh, what happened? Oh, the guy was drunk, and the cop asked him to touch his nose, and the guy reached over and touched the cop's nose, and he quickly hit. It's just some of the weirdest things that we'll talk about. You know, and it's like, wait a minute, like, why didn't you tell me this before bed? Because now I have to get up and pee, and I'm gonna, you know, laugh about this the whole time. Touch your nose, okay? You know, it's just.
Oh my God, that's
Just-
funny.
Besides
Just
the fact that I complain
conversations that
about,
happen in bed.
besides the fact that I complain about my dogs sleeping in between Sherry and I, but the other thing is I have this little German Shepherd, and her favorite toy is this thing that looks like a dog poo, and it makes fart sounds. So that stupid little dog will come in the night with that toy and just getting that thing going off, and Sherry and I will start laughing, and it's like it's the funniest damn thing. It's like, was that you?
Yeah.
Like, wow, you got a problem over there. It's like, no, it's a dog. Sure it is.
We, like I said, we have the funniest conversations just in bed, just laying there, just trying to get comfortable and fall asleep. Or, you know, just the funniest thing happened. And it seems to be in bed that these conversations start. And it's our running joke.
Okay,
Is
tell her
Is
it
the
meant
fart
for his
thing a
relationship.
turnoff? Is
What's
the
that?
fart thing a turnoff?
That's a fair question.
Is it a
Are you
turnoff?
talking to me, George?
I'm talking to everybody.
It's not
Well, it
sexy.
I mean, that's.
Are you gonna
it
get
could-
Dutch oven?
it could be.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's funny.
If you're really, really in love, yeah. But you got to be really, really in love.
Really, really in love.
Really, really in love.
Yeah. I mean,
Really.
I gotta admit, it was like
Unconditional love.
I
Huh?
can imagine like Sherry and I when we were really, really young and we both had little gas problems. That would really be a turnoff. But now it's just funny. Just
You
saying.
can't help it anymore.
Nah, I still blame it on the dog.
Yeah.
Me too. And I don't have
Hell
a dog.
yeah. Hell yeah. Blame it on a dog. And I don't even have a dog.
Yeah,
Then
me
again,
So I gotta,
I
have to
want to
say
know,
that-
is it socially
good, Georgie.
acceptable? I just want to
A
know, is it
dog.
socially acceptable to crop dust the kids?
What does that mean?
it could be. I mean, you deserve it.
I'm 6'1". Okay, let me remind you, I'm 6'1". My wife
Oh
is
my
5'1".
gosh. That's hilarious.
So
My
I got to
kid-
tell a little bit of an old man story because this is for Jalen actually.
My kids are about this tall.
He's showing us crop dusting.
Yeah,
good
so-
job.
So I was
What's
curious.
that green cloud behind you?
Yeah.
That's the cartoon.
Do they
cloud, kind of-
do they grow, Jace?
what? Parts of the kids.
Oh, you actually intentionally pooped in their face.
Yes.
No, not in their face, but as they're walking by, like, pff, oh.
Flynn,
my
it's called
son's like-
crop dusting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you're not.
As he's
3
passing
feet
by.
and
Yeah.
they're gonna walk
He's
into
crop
it. I know
dusting.
they will.
I
Yeah.
was thinking
I
that
like
today
to
when
do
I was
that
in the
at Walmart.
elevator. That somebody
Did you walk in
crop
one?
dusted the elevator. Huh?
Oh man. Did you
When I
walk
got in
in
the
the
elevator,
one,
it did
Flynn?
not smell good. Somebody did the crop dusting thing in the elevator before I got in it.
Yeah.
No, I don't do it in my kids' face. But if they're coming out of their bedroom, I'll walk past their bedroom and blow one as I'm walking by, and then go, "Hey, kids, come here for a second. Does this smell like popcorn to you?"
No. Sometimes it'll just happen in a supermarket or something, and I'm in one aisle, and then I'll dash the other aisle just because I don't want to be claiming it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm laughing because I've done it too.
You just hurry up to the other aisle.
That's funny.
That's Sherry. You ever been to the grocery store and Sherry starts looking at labels really close? I'm going, Sherry, we really need to move. I mean, please read that label quickly. We really need to move.
Gotta go. We gotta go.
And, yeah.
Oh.
Then she'll go, oh yeah, we are done here.
The eagle has landed. The eagle has
The eagle-
landed. Okay, that's her
On this
our
question,
phrases say, I gotta go, I gotta go. The eagle has landed.
what do you do if you're with your boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife, and you pass gas? Do you announce it, or do you like kind of hope maybe they're not going to realize you did it?
Oh hell no! I announce it. I make a production. Safe. You're out.
I gotta admit, I probably would, if it's unusual circumstances, I probably, when you know you're caught, just say, "I'm sorry, excuse me."
To hell with
That's it.
excuse me. I stand on
You
the
got to
on
make
the
it
couch like
fun,
it's-
man.
yeah,
Just
I
like,
stand
oh
on the
my
couch
God.
like it's a stage.
Oh, honey, that was awful. Holy smoke. Did you do that? Oh my gosh.
I think I'm a little shy if I do that.
I like it when Sherry does
hope I
that
don't
and then
notice.
walks into the studio.
I walk by and fart and blame it on the chair, but I'm standing.
That's right. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I blame it on the dog.
Always.
Okay, so
Blame it on
let's
some
finish.
inanimate object. Yeah.
We got to get back to our list here. Our 10 things that are more than important than sex is passing the wind is probably one of them on the list here. Mutual respect.
Yes.
Always. Always.
And then, of course, we hit the big one, making each other laugh. And, somebody got this one. I didn't realize it was on the list. Cuddling is more important than sex.
I said cuddling. It's the first thing I
It is on the
said.
list.
Yes,
you did.
Flynn.
You nailed
Flynn
it.
owns it.
Thank
Flynn
you,
owns
Courtney.
it.
She owns it.
Flynn owns it.
She owns
I
it.
love to snuggle.
Trusting
Snuggling
each
is
other.
way more important. Snuggling and kissing, way more important.
Trusting each other is more important than sex.
Yes.
Yep.
Good communication is more important than sex.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Forgiveness is more important than sex.
Oh,
Yep.
I know that's a hard one, but yeah, it's important.
Loyalty is more important than sex.
Define loyalty.
Hell yeah. The loyal.
Wait,
Yeah.
define loyalty.
That's your job. That's what your panel's for. You guys are the experts.
Is there a difference
What do you
between
think?
loyal and faithful?
Well, yes.
No.
I agree.
True.
There
I
is a
agree.
difference between loyal and faithful. Your dog
agree.
is loyal. Your relationship might want to be faithful.
Well, you want her to be loyal.
Right there.
Not
Yeah.
that you're treating her like a dog.
Like, Sherry. Sit. Sherry,
Hey,
sit.
her nose. Her
Sherry,
nose is
sit.
cold. Her nose is cold. Her
Sherry,
nose is
sit.
cold.
Okay.
Was he talking to his wife?
Support is
No, it's a joke.
Funny.
Well, we're talking about loyalty and faithfulness, and
like,
he
Sherry,
said when
sit.
Sherry, sit.
That's good,
Lick,
Ranger.
lick.
I like that.
Rob, it's all fun and games, so you
Lick,
got to use
lick.
your poopy bag to pick her, waist up.
Hey, Sherry, down. Sherry, roll over.
I'm
Okay.
gonna like the roll
She's
over
watching
one.
the show, isn't she? She's watching
Probably.
the
She's
show.
probably in the other room watching it. I'm
Hi,
in so
Sherry.
much trouble. I'm in so much trouble. Support is more important than sex in a
Yes.
relationship.
Yes.
What kind of support, though?
Hell yes. Gotta support each other.
Well, what kind of support, though? Because my wife is the breadwinner, so I'm certainly not responsible for financial support. Of course, with her being the breadwinner comes additional responsibilities. I make the money. I make sure it goes into her account, and that she tells me, make sure this bill's paid, this bill's paid, this bill's paid. If anything needs to be fixed, she says, you go fix it. So
That is
while I may
support.
not, right, but it's not financial support. So that's why I'm saying, do we differentiate between emotional
Doesn't have
support?
to be.
There's all
Okay.
kinds of different supports.
Yes.
Right. So I think
Whatever type
some
of
are more
support
important than
that the
others, though.
relationship needs.
I think Jace is bringing up a good point.
I
But I
think
think that it doesn't matter if you call it one thing versus another. It's whatever that relationship and that dynamic needs.
right. So I
So-
think that some
so you-
forms of it are more important than the others, what I'm saying. Because again, whilst there is some people that can provide financial support, which will give you the knowledge of going, hey, if anything happens to my job, I know she will be able to take care of us. And that gives me a little bit more faith and trust in this relationship that things are going to continue. Then you have emotional support.
So I'm trying to say that I don't believe that there is a differentiating degree. Support within itself, whatever that looks like, whether it's monetary, whether it's emotional, whether it's domestic, whether it's moral support, is all literally equal. So the fact is that support is essential. It doesn't matter how it's provided. It's
Okay.
whatever works for that couple. That's my opinion.
This is so deep.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
Whew.
That's
Wait,
what
wait.
you got when you ask me.
Chandra,
Dr. Reese.
Yeah.
Wow.
Chandra, could,
Well,
for
Dr.
example,
Reese.
if the man, if I may, if the man's a breadwinner
Uh-huh.
and he likes to be rewarded physically, could it be that she's giving support physically to her husband,
Yes,
and he's
exactly.
giving it to her kind of monetarily? He's putting a roof over her head.
Support is whatever that other person needs from that person. It doesn't matter whether it's financial, emotional, whatever. I think that there's a big difference, though. A lot of times people confuse emotional support with enabling. Now, that's a whole different topic.
Oh.
But support within itself is support. It's kind of like you're either a virgin or you're not. Okay. How you became a non-virgin, I didn't go there, but you either are or you aren't. You're either pregnant or you're not. You either support or you don't. It's very simple, in my opinion. So
when,
that's how I believe.
when I got home from when I was working 9 to 5 and I walked in the door with my paycheck and I said, honey, I'm home. Here's my check. Can I get laid?
Well, that may not be support. That may not be how she showed up. That, you know, you might have wanted that. That may not be it. She might have said, I just did 3 loads of your effing laundry, Rob, and I got dinner on the table. I'm not doing anything for you other than that. And you go, oh, crap. I didn't realize I had to negotiate what I wanted in return. But support is support, whatever you needed to do.
I was just
And
looking
that's
to be
where communication
monetized.
comes in again.
Yeah.
So
Big
we're
time.
almost out of time. We got 3 minutes here. The very last one on this list was a solid friendship is more important than sex.
Yes.
Definitely. Yes.
Here's a few things. I'll just hit a couple of them. It says signs that you'll be together for a long time.
Oh, do tell.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Above all else, you really are good friends.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
You each have your own
Definitely.
thing going on.
Yes.
You both have something that you got your own thing going on. You agree on non-negotiable things.
Easy
Does
for
that
you
make
to say.
sense? Things that are non-negotiable, you agree on.
Yeah. I think so.
You're not. You guys are. You're not stuck in a routine as a couple.
You gotta spice it up a little bit.
Jace?
I have to disagree with that because I think that sometimes routines are the stability that people need. Again, naps
Yeah.
are essential to us.
Good point there.
But you need to spice it up once in a while. It doesn't have to be routine all the time. You need to
No.
spice it up once
Yeah,
in a while.
Jace, we've all decided that you got to spice it up once in a while, not just birthdays, okay?
Yeah.
I'm a spicy boy. I like to spice it up.
We're almost out of time here, but there's a cute one here. I kind of like forgive each other's bad days.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
I think that's a good one. And you're growing together, not apart.
Oh,
It's a sign that you're gonna have a long-term relationship.
That's
Growing
good.
together and not apart. So, guys, I need to wrap this up. And once again, it was a great show. I always have tons of stuff and I never get through it all, but I'm sure we'll pursue that. Don't forget, we have New Year's Eve coming up for everybody online. So please join this crew and all the other people on the syndications. Just get online and have some fun. And yes, you can bring your own drinks.
Georgie wants to show off his
We hope
ball
to
right
see
now.
everybody, but I want to thank that. Yeah, nice ball. Nice
Thank
ball,
you.
George.
It's
So I want
squishy
to
and
thank
fuzzy.
everybody for watching the show. I want to thank, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share our videos all over the whole wide world. That really helps us out. And we'll be back next week. And then after that, we'll have to figure out how the holidays hit and figure out what the crew wants to do. But crew, thank you very much. I appreciate you guys every time. So, and yeah, we covered some important stuff today. So guys, we got to go though. Bye.
Bye.
I love
Thank you very much for watching our video. Please take the time to like, subscribe, and share our videos all over the whole wide world. Thanks.